22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. 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 And are not afraid to say it.
And are not afraid to say it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are tuned into the Black Westchester Presents the People Before Politics radio show every Sunday, 6 to 8 on intermixradio.com, giving you that real talk for the community since 2014. We had a slight delay, some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if people are tuned in on the app. I don't see it on Facebook just yet. But the first interview that we did, I will have on blackwestchester.com, and everybody will be able to see it later. For those who are looking for the New Rochelle City Councilwoman, Yadira Ramos Herbert, she was on earlier. With that said, can you let them know it's still not on Facebook, Lorraine? Yeah. With that said, I am going to do my intro all over again for the people that had just tuned in. So there's a couple of things going on. I'm checking everything right now to see what we're on and what we're not on. We are on live on YouTube. Okay, so all the people on YouTube, thank you for checking out the show. Okay, Facebook hasn't kicked in just yet. It's broadcasting through the app. I saw YouTube. I just don't see Facebook. So, and that's what the most people that I know watch it. That's what. Yeah.
If I show you the emails back and forth with the companies, it's Facebook that they keep changing the platform because they're getting so many lawsuits for copyright infringement. Yeah, so see.
Okay, so all right, so everyone, yes, everyone. This one, okay, everyone, tune in. Huh? On YouTube. Let me get the link. Oops, nope, stay on this page. We're having technical difficulties that we're figuring out right now, so everybody bear with me. Everybody who's tuned in on YouTube, which I don't think nobody's tuned in yet, and everybody who's listening on the app. Okay. Yeah, it won't even let me. I thought it would share it. It's not doing that. It's taking me to the YouTube channel. I thought I was going to be able to embed it from YouTube onto the Facebook. Okay, so What? I'm right. Yes, everyone tune in to watch us on YouTube. And I put the link, and if you click on the link, it will take you to the YouTube page. So everybody who's tuned in, we're trying to play catch up right now. And I'm trying to let people know who was supposed to be checking out the show to check out show on YouTube. Click link on my Facebook page. My Facebook page. Okay. All right, so we're going to figure this out. We're just going to go from here. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Thank you for tuning in. This is Black Westchester Presents the People Before Politics radio show every Sunday, 6 to 8 on InTheMixRadio.com. Give you the real talk for the community since 2014. Real quick, so for the YouTube audience and everybody just tuning in, I'm going to do my intro over. So I just wanted to say last week was the first week we started having interviews with the candidates that are running for the primary. And I just wanted to, there was a lot of feedback and a lot of nonsense last week. So, and I'll leave it at that. I just want to say this. Interviews of the candidates are for the viewers to get to see what candidates are running, find out a little bit about them, how to reach them, how to find out further information on them, so they can make more informed decisions at the ballot box. Interviews on People Before Politics are not for opposition research or for us to do the opposition's dirty work. Also, to the supporters of the candidates, just because we ask hard questions are not an attack on your candidate. Sometimes there's some real issues that we need to talk about, and your candidate, if they're running for office, should be able to answer those questions. So I know people will still complain that I didn't go hard enough on last week. I got calls that I went too hard on a candidate, and at the same time, a bunch of other calls that I didn't go hard enough. So it's just like, yo, there's no winning in that situation. So real quick, so let me do this again too. Over the weekend, I watched two great documentaries. One was on HBO. It was called What's My Name? On Muhammad Ali, his extraordinary life and career, from his days of a championship boxer to his legacy as a social activist, and cultural icon. It was a two-part documentary by African-American filmmaker Anton Fuqua. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Fuqua. I know I mentioned him as one of the African-American filmmakers that were inspired by the life of the late John Singleton, who is on the cover of this issue we pay tribute to, that he has passed away. The other documentary that I saw that was great was Wu-Tang, Of Mics and Men, the 4-part docu-series on Showtime. The Ali thing is on HBO. This is on Showtime. Was definitely a great look into the legendary rap group Wu-Tang. I've said earlier, I'm one of the few people, I used to write for The Source and a few other magazines, I'm one of the few people that actually, at the time, had actually interviewed all 9 members of Wu-Tang in one room at one time. That was very unlikely. Old Dirty had spent some time in jail, so he missed some of the albums, and there was times where one artist would be here and one artist wouldn't be there. So of the 9 members, it was hard to get them all in one room, and I actually had the pleasure of interviewing them. And all that I know about them, there were things that I learned on this docu-series. Definitely good look for hip-hop culture, for any fans of Wu-Tang and anybody just want to see the making and the story behind this legendary group, because they signed one of the first contracts. Like usually, and a real little side note, when a group signs to a label, they also sign as an individual artist. So if one of the artists wants to go solo, that label owns you as a solo artist as well. Since there was 9 members of Wu-Tang, there was no way that a group of 9 members and everybody could eat. So what they did, and Loud Records did this contract that had never been heard. Each member was allowed to shop deals to other labels. So while they were on Loud, Method Man was on Def Jam, Old Dirty was on Elektra, and so on and so forth. And there was never a contract like that before. It was they made history with that, and it breaks that all down. Shout to Mook and Divine, and everybody else that was involved in the project. But that was definitely a great documentary. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce my co-host, the lovely Lorraine Lopez, is in the building.
Hey.
There you go.
How
Your mic
you
is
doing?
on. Your mic is on.
Hey.
Any words, anything going on, anything that you want to speak about real quick before we get into our guests?
No, just sending a big shout out to all the families of our veterans that have passed away.
Right.
And sending them prayers, love, and light. And a big thank you to all those that served.
Okay, so and also on that note, Memorial Day is tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people, Memorial Day think about cookouts and a day off and et cetera, but it's so much more than that. On this day, we remember and pay tribute to and show deep gratitude for the ultimate sacrifice made by our fallen heroes in defense of our country and our values, and we honor Gold Star families and make commitments to support them. So take some time and celebrate those who have paid that ultimate sacrifice for what we call our freedoms in this country. There's a lot of countries that don't have the freedoms we have even under the current administration, the way things are now. And I also, last thing I wanted to say before we get into our guests is shout out to the families of Orlando Moore, the gentleman that was killed in the Dominican Republic, and the Drew Carson Falston, Graham Elementary student, 4th grader, who was struck by a car and killed a week before his 10th birthday. Both funerals were yesterday in Mount Vernon, so our prayers and our condolences to both families and friends of both. We stand with you, and like I said, we offer our condolences and our prayers. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our next guest, who is Maxine N. Campbell, author of the book Confessions of a Broken Heart, a story of healing through brokenness. And let us give her a proper round of applause. Pull your mic close to you. So right now we're having a problem with Facebook today for whatever reason, but we're streaming live on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
So anybody, I put the link on my page.
Okay.
And if they click that, it will go directly, so you can share that link on your page and tell people to watch you there.
Okay.
I think Tammy just tuned. I've seen her name pop up. Wait a minute. Are we on? We're on Facebook. Wait, are we on Facebook? Hold on. Is that today? That's not today. Okay, so what did she just like? She just liked something. I text her and told her to tune in to YouTube. I don't know if she texts me back because she's going to kill me. No, she said, did I miss her? No, she's going on. She's on now. On now. So, I told everybody, I told you I was talking outside to you. I came upon your book and from a friend of mine, and I live at their house, the Cates family, Tammy Cates.
Yes.
So she came in one night and she was raving about this book, and oh my God, AJ, and this, that, and the other. And she was all, and I think, did you give her an autographed copy or something? Or
No, I put up. So there, the book is on pre-sale right now, so people are able to go to the link and pre-order. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what
Well, she
happened.
was very excited, and I don't know if she introduced us on Facebook or I reached out to you, and then I wanted to do this interview because right now we're doing all candidates going into the primary, and it gets a little monotonous. Sometimes people want to hear something more about, but that's very important because the primary is coming
Yeah,
up.
absolutely.
But you're definitely a welcome break from the from all of that political.
And the
everything.
monotony.
So when is the tell us the title of the book? I know I said it.
Yes.
When does the book come out?
So the book is scheduled to release this summer at the end of June, and the title of the book is Confessions of a Broken Heart, Healing, a story of healing through brokenness.
Okay, so how did this come about? How?
This was all birthed out of a heartbreak of an engagement.
Okay.
But the events, the main event in the book stemmed from, I had sent you a link, actually. It was from an event that happened to me in 2006 where I'm a Mount Vernon Knight. I graduated from Mount Vernon High School. I was raised in Mount Vernon, lived in Mount Vernon for many, many years. And in 2006, I became the victim of an attempted murder where
cow.
I was shot when I was pregnant with my son. And that incident kind of led me on a path of just trying to figure things out and figuring out who I am, where I need to be, where I belong. And so that's pretty much the gist of that main event is the big thing in the book.
I'm looking at it right now. I thought it was a video I was going to play.
No. It's the article.
South 13th. I used to live on South 13th, or First Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the shooting happened on North 10th Avenue, but
And you said you was pregnant with
I
your,
was 9 months pregnant.
was your baby okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, okay.
Wow. It said it's just November 18, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
2006.
reading. Yeah, 2006. I'm sorry. Wow.
Was it an accidental shooting or were you
No.
targeted?
No, I was targeted. We were standing close by, close to each other, and it was just a series of harassments that kind of led to,
Wow.
Oh,
Wow,
Mount
God
Vernon.
bless you.
So they did catch her and everything.
Yeah. She's actually serving 20 years, upstate prison. So that night they caught her, waited a year for the trial to happen, and then it was just this gruesome thing, for one whole year.
So I just want to say as a side note, this show is not a very big fan of the former Westchester District Attorney Janet DeFiore, and don't always have a lot of good things to say about her, but good for doing your job in this one and convicting this young lady. So I got to give her props in this one situation.
Yeah, she did a really, her and her team actually did a really, really good job. I heard many stories about that previously with different cases, but in this particular case, she really, really, she came through.
That's a beautiful thing. It's good to hear that. So you that incident brought this on, made you. Were you a writer before that? Did you do a lot of writing?
I do a lot of journaling. Never
Okay.
really. This is my first published book.
Right.
Never really published anything, but I do, like I said, a lot of journaling, a lot of writing. But this will be my first one.
So as somebody who's been a writer all their life, and I have a book out. It was a daily devotion for the hip hop generation. I combine those little spiritual daily devotions you get in church with hip hop lyrics.
Okay.
For people that are not in the church.
Okay.
It's
okay.
it was called Spiritual Minded, and I'm working on a book now on the current political scene, on a local
Okay.
political scene. But I know there's a point I used to write for the Vibe and Source and a bunch of
nice.
magazines. There was a point where I had done thousands and thousands of articles, but I wondered if I had what it takes to actually do a book. Like it's a whole different. It's like LeBron James being a man in high school and then being propelled to the NBA.
Yeah.
Like that first day on the court had to be like questioning, kind of.
Yeah,
do I
yeah,
have
yeah.
skills to hang with the big boys? Like.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I know as you said you were journaling and stuff.
Yes, I
Did you
still
have that
journal.
similar? Like, did you wonder?
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you,
even now, there's still like doubts, like who's going to listen to me, who's going to read it, the audience that is going to pick up the book and be interested in it. But it's like a season. Like you just feel the need to get the story out there, and there's like a particular grace that goes with it. You just start writing and you just do it. and just do it.
That is the suggestion that I make to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Most people go, I want to write a book. And that's one of the things that was told to me by a published author. Don't worry about the chapters.
Exactly.
Don't worry about the
Exactly.
orders. Just write.
Exactly.
And if you write till you can't write no more,
Right.
and then you have another idea, just write and don't throw anything away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, sometimes but I do that. I write a lot. I got notebooks full of half undone
Yeah.
thoughts that just came out, and I go back through them now and I be like, oh man, and you can
Exactly.
use it, and you
exactly.
can,
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people ask, well, why the book now? And I first began to say, well, it was something that was like long overdue because the incident happened, almost 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm a woman of faith, and I think that God had to kind of process me. I had to
Absolutely.
forgive a lot of people.
Absolutely.
I had to forgive myself. Just kind of going through processing in preparation, and so now it was just a time. It was just a time.
Was it therapeutic?
Absolutely.
Writing
It was very reflective. I was able to reflect back on much of the book is my mindset, where I was before the incident happened, where I was during I was just really, really broken before it happened. And then when it happened, it kind of just compounded, and it took me a minute. It took me a while to kind of just get to who I am and where I am today. And like I said, I think the processing and the preparation was really necessary because, like I said, I'm able to forgive, someone who ultimately tried to, hurt me or, hurt me and my unborn child, and just people who were involved with it. So the process was necessary. Process was definitely necessary.
And for those watching, this is on the screen is the cover of the book.
Yes.
Now, when does the book come out again? What is it?
The end of June. So after it releases in the summer.
Okay.
That's a pretty nice cover.
Thank you.
Now, did you self-publish or go through a publishing company?
I go through a publishing company. Yes.
Okay, because that's another thing that once you get to the point where you're almost done, or a lot of people don't. They instead of writing, they get stuck with, what am I going to do? Am I going to self-publish? How do I do that?
Exactly.
And they don't get to the writing. Like, nothing matters until you do the writing. So
right, exactly.
Right.
Because regardless if you go self-publishing or if you choose a company, you have to have some form of manuscript ready, whether it's a little bit of the manuscript or the manuscript is complete. You have to have something to present to them so that they can work with you versus, whether it's editing, whether it's, trying to help you target whatever audience you're trying to target, but you definitely have to have something
Right.
to show the editor, and even if you're self-publishing, yeah.
Right. So, was it a local publisher, or is it? How did you find your publisher?
This is not a local publisher. Actually, it was someone helped me with. It was like a collaborative work with someone that was helping.
Let Tasha know we're running behind.
I did.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
It's a collaborative work. So someone that was helping to publish, because I started with the self-publishing, and then someone had put me onto another publishing company.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. I self-published the first one in this book. I don't know if I'm going to deal with. I've spoke to someone, but I don't know if I'm going to self-publish.
Yeah, it's more work to self-publish.
It's
but
more
you
work.
have-
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I was in the music business. It's the same thing with putting out your record is harder, but
Yeah.
you make more of your money.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what you pay
That's-
for.
Yes.
You actually pay for the convenience of not
Yes.
having to do
Yes.
that by having a publisher.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So what do you want people to get from this book?
From this book, the message is just simple, that there's nothing impossible for God as long as we make a decision to surrender over all the broken pieces, everything that we're holding on to that we feel that we can fix, or that we can handle. The moment that you make the decision and you give God over all the broken pieces and allow Him to process you, which it really hurts, but that there's nothing impossible for Him. I mean, God really, really showed up and showed out that night of the shooting, and where my son and I were inches and seconds away from death. He miraculously, changed the direction of the bullet. I mean, the doctor, the, weaponry specialist, no one can really explain it. And so it's just that simple. Just
Wow.
that God can do anything, you know, as long as we trust Him and just give Him over all the broken pieces and allow Him to process us.
So your son would be what, 12, going on 13 now?
Yep, he'll be 13 in November.
Oh, okay. Play any sports, anything? Or?
Yeah, he plays an instrument. He plays the bass guitar.
Okay.
He plays the bass guitar at school. He's very, very active. In church, he does like the lights at church. He likes to do
Okay.
production and stuff like that. So,
What church do you go to?
I actually live in Connecticut now.
Oh, you're in Connecticut,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So, and he's an avid reader. Like he's amazing. Like he's very creative. He builds things. Like I know that, you know, there's a plan and a purpose why, you know, God spared his life and my own. So
That's a beautiful thing. I also did the lights, the video and stuff for my church in Rochelle, and then when I went to Atlanta, and now my daughter runs
nice.
the department in Atlanta now that I used to. Yeah,
Nice.
she does
Okay.
all the lights and videos and everything and all that.
Okay.
The words on the screen, all
Yeah,
that. She
yeah,
does
yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's good
So she
stuff.
runs that. It's like she's me 2.0.
my son does that for motion pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
He did 3 years of catering to get in, to be able to get in, you know, to the motion picture set design and set up, you know,
Yeah.
before
No,
stuff like
that's
that.
good
Yeah.
stuff for them to get into. They could
Yeah.
get really, really good jobs like that.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
So now, are there any other stories in the book, or the book is just on that story? And
That's
how
the
God
main
started-
story, but like I said, just it kind of just goes back to my mindset before the incident happened, and just some events that took place in my life that had caused brokenness, whether mentally or you know, broken places, me traveling different places after the shooting, trying to figure out where I belong, what's happening, why am I still here. And so, like I said, the main message is just that God was present and that He's real and that nothing is impossible for Him.
Well, I want to encourage you. We are supposed to, a lot of things we go through. I took in my church in Georgia, they had theology classes. Our pastor wanted us to have our own theology. So we were taking classes that were equivalent to the first year of seminary. It's just in a biblical institute, but it wasn't accredited like a college though.
Okay.
And you know, one of the things is I learned that some of the stuff that we go through sometimes doesn't even have anything to do with us, but so that our testimony can help a whole bunch of other people
Exactly. Yes.
when it happens like that. And
Yes.
and those of us who have that God-given gift to write or to sing or and however it is, that's one of the things He has for us to do, to share our testimony,
Exactly.
to inspire others.
Yes.
So I want to encourage you, because I know the plight of putting out a book. I know the plight of, you know, not always getting the support you think you should get, and,
Right,
and
right.
stuff like that. And if God obviously has a plan for you,
Yes.
and I want you to keep allowing Him to order your steps and
Thank
follow
you.
and,
I
and
appreciate
guide your
that.
path.
Yes,
yes.
that's the plan. That's the plan. Thank you. And I appreciate you showing me love through a mutual friend and
Right.
having me here to share. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you very much.
now is pre-order. Where can people get the book?
So they can get the book at healingthroughbrokenness.com. That's healing, and through is THRU, brokenness.com. I'm also on social media on Instagram, and the Instagram handle is Set for Life, and it's SETFORLIF.
Okay.
And also on Facebook, and it's just Maxine Campbell.
I'm looking for the link. I'm seeing if you gave me the link to the book.
I think I did. I think I sent it into the
Healing
messenger.
Through Brokenness. Here it goes right here. Okay, so I'm going to put this on Facebook. I wanted to share that. I want to have that to
Thank
share.
you.
Yes. Anything I didn't ask you that you want people to know?
No, I think that we touched on everything.
Well, I would like to offer. I know that if he put one book in you, there's probably more.
Yes.
And I hope that you come here
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
and we can celebrate, the book. And
I would appreciate that.
Victory.
And
Yeah.
yes, and I pray for success. I mean,
Thank you.
Success shows up in different ways. Sometimes it's monetary, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's getting a bigger deal or something,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But I pray for whatever success means to
Thank you.
and
I
whatever
appreciate that.
whatever God's plan is for you, that you
I
just stay
receive that.
obedient.
Yes, thank you, and thank you for having me once.
One
again.
last
Thank
time,
you.
name of the book. When does it come out? Website?
The name of the
No.
book is Confessions of a Broken Heart, a story of healing through brokenness. And you can pre-order the book at www.healingthroughbrokenness.com. That's through with THRU.
Okay, I just got to change screens. There it goes, right there on the screen, right there. All right. Well, we thank you for coming.
Thank you, AJ, for having
I
me.
also, we have the newspaper.
Yes.
The current issue and the previous issue out there. If you ever have something that you would like to write, please, we that's what
Okay.
we're here for.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because I have a spiritual minded column that I don't always do. That's supposed to be inspirational and spiritual. That I don't, because I write the paper. I write the
Okay.
whole paper, so it's
Okay,
like most of
okay.
it. Well, I edit everything, so it's hard for me to.
All right, so I'll
to
definitely
do-
be keeping in touch or touching base with you.
I-
about that.
absolutely, definitely, and I'm gonna put this in the June issue of the paper as
Okay,
well.
appreciate it.
So
Thank
I
you,
wish
thank
you,
thank
the
I'm gonna
best.
pre-order the book.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's so interesting.
Yes.
It's like I say it's like, yeah, have you Sister Soldier's book, The Coldest Winter Ever?
Yes, I love that book.
You-
I've read
okay.
it several
So
times. Oh my
it's,
God.
It's similar. The story is definitely similar to that, but it's based on a true story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, like if you look at the newspaper articles that Vernon put out, they were saying how it was a love triangle and it was this, that, and a third. But yeah, it's pretty much it's like that story, but like I said, it's based on a true story.
You know what? I'm very, very, very rarely at a loss of words, but I am inspired by your story.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to read the book.
Thank
And
you.
when
Yeah,
when I get my copy,
You gotta autograph
Are
it.
you
Yes, I'll
gonna
be back.
definitely? Yes.
I'll
yes.
be back.
Yes.
Thank
definitely.
you, thank you.
Absolutely. And another round of applause for you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Appreciate
coming.
it. Thank you.
But yes, please keep me informed. Everything's going on, book signings,
Definitely.
whatever
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing,
Yes.
so we can help promote. your
All
book.
right.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting
Yes.
you.
That
Good
was-
luck, and we wish you much success.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was Maxine Campbell for her book, Confessions of a Broken Heart, a story of healing through brokenness. I posted the link, and I hope everybody will go out and support this book.
Oh my God,
sh-
sounds so.
Shout out to Tammy
Interesting.
Cates, because that's who I met. That's how I found out about this book and this young lady. So shout out to her, who's with the family in VA right now, chilling in some warm weather. And with that, I'm going to introduce. I'll have Lorraine introduce our next guest.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen. No, he's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Miss Tasha Dia, who's running for City Council in Yonkers District 3. Without further ado. Okay, okay. I'm going to keep talking. Tasha's running in the 3rd District as a Democrat. She has a primary June 25th. And I'm not going to say much more because I want her to speak about it. Edge's out there taking a picture with the author right now. And so I'm kind of, what am I doing? Filling in some airspace right now. He's coming in right now. And we're also going to have the lovely Tasha Diaz, who's going to be joining us right now. They're taking pictures. They're taking a lot of pictures, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Think about pre-ordering that book. Help this young lady out too. So that she can provide for herself, her family. Everybody does something to improve their life, their world. Hi, Tasha.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
It's nice to see you, my
Nice to
dear
see you
friend.
Too. Always
Well,
a
actually, my family member.
Yes.
How was your day?
awesome.
What did you do today? Before AJ comes and asks all the questions, what did you do? Because I know you're out there every day.
So, I was out yesterday. Walking.
Uh-huh.
But today I took a little bit of time off. You see, I'm a little under the weather. 'Cause
You're
I've been
recovering. Yeah, I know.
out. I still never stop. I
Yeah.
still went out. I was actually with one of my godchildren today. I haven't seen her for a while.
Oh, nice.
Jade.
Delayed reaction. There you go. Come back in the building.
We're just talking about her day today. I'm waiting for you to come in and ask the questions.
Well, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Friend of the show, a friend of the show. Make sure your mic's on. Yes, it is. Welcome to the show. Tasha Diaz. She is a co-host of the show, but she has not been on the show for a while because she is campaigning, and I will not let any of the co-hosts who are campaigning come on the show while they're campaigning. So it can be fair. But now we have her here as the candidate for the first time. You're running for Yonkers City Council District 3.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, she is.
So why did you decide to enter into politics? And I'll tell you a quick story. I know I was telling my sister about somebody I dealt with that was a candidate, and all the things. I mean, that was before they were a candidate, and all the things they were doing for the community. And then I told her they were running for office, and she said, "That concerns me seriously." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because politics changes people." So what made you decide to enter into this arena?
Doesn't just change all people.
Well, I've always been in public service, so that was, one of my reasons why I actually wanted to run for office. I've also helped a lot of people. I've been the back end of a lot of people's campaigns, and I just said to myself, I'm the one that's always in the back. I'm the one that's always helping. I'm the one that's, always putting their events together, whether it be canvassing, whether it be petitioning, I'm always there. So I said to myself, looking at the candidates that we have up, and me residing in the 3rd district, I felt as if, it's time for me to throw my hat in the race. And I just feel like it's about time for change in Yonkers. And I know I'm a people person, and, I'll put the people before politics. And I just feel like the district has been underserved for so many years, whether it be from, I don't know if you know, but my district stretches from the south side to the north side. And I just feel like I can be the one to bridge that gap, whether it be north or south. Both parts of the district need a lot of attention. I'm willing to give it that tender loving care that it needs. And I just feel like it's time for change. We have the same players in the game. We're just changing the positions. And it's about time that changes as well.
Okay. So.
Deep.
Okay. Hold on. So how did you do this? I'm watching this interview on Tasha's Facebook page.
Oh.
But I can't get it on my. Like, how did you get the show?
I started a watch party.
Yeah, but still, it wasn't streaming on Facebook. But I'm watching it. And I got Tammy said I'm watching on Facebook. And she was leaving comments for her friend. You go, girl, and all that. Okay, I'm sharing this on my page now. I don't know what happened. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started a watch party.
Yeah,
Right,
but
Tom.
where did you
Where did you get that from?
Oh,
Off of
it's on.
AJ's page.
It's not
AJ's
on my
page.
personal page.
It's not on his page.
And I
It's
started
on
a
my.
watch
It's
party.
on my. It's
From
on-
YouTube?
No, it's on my.
No, it was actually from his page.
I have a page, an author page, a regular page. I have 2-3 pages. I have the personal page, but I have a Black Westchester page. And
Yeah.
I have a AJ Woodson. It's in all capitals, and that's evidently where the show is. Because I'm looking at it right now.
AJ Woodson, all capitals?
Yes. And I just shared it to my regular page. Hopefully, it's there now.
Let me see. Let me refresh.
Okay, so that's where it went. It didn't go to my. but it's not on my. I didn't. Okay.
No, it's
I-
not there yet.
I don't know how that happened. Let's see. Share. Share as in. No, it's only letting me share. Oh.
Start a
page.
watch party, AJ.
I'm trying to share it to my timeline. Here, the timeline. Y'all have to bear with me because we were having no.
We're having a lot of technical difficulties today,
there
but
was-
AJ's doing
There
the best
was
he
no.
can.
There was no. Okay, it's on my page now.
Okay.
Because of Tasha.
Oh, thank you.
See you, Tasha?
So I can't because I
I
can't.
came in?
But Tammy watched the whole interview with Maxine. She was commenting and everything. I'm here. I'm on Facebook, and I'm telling people it's not on Facebook. Okay, all right. So anyway, yo, that's what happens when you're on live radio. It's things happen and it's live. So okay, back to you, Tasha.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, that's-
It's on your page.
because I was looking and I'm going through and it said Tasha, and it said watch party.
Yeah.
And it said watch party, and I clicked on it, and I'm watching the show. I'm like, yo, we're not on. How did you do that?
So if I click on watch party, it goes on my page?
No, actually, you just click share. You can share it like you share it normally. Just
Oh,
click
if you're on
share.
the page, they can watch it live.
Yeah, click it on your. So Tasha, you have many talents.
Save the day.
You have many talents. Finding the show on Facebook is one of them. So now going back to so that's why you decided to run. You have a primary. You face two other candidates. Why are you the candidate that people should vote for?
I feel as if I'm the candidate that the people should vote for because I am a people person. Like I said, my family has raised me to be out in the community, not just, to sit there as a body, to go out in the community and make a difference. Because if you're not going out in your community and making a difference, you really have not too much say-so. For the simple fact that if you're not part of a solution, you're part of a problem. And as I was just explaining to Lorraine, yesterday, when I came in with the food delivery, people were saying, wow, you're running and you're still doing this? And I said, why not? It's not going to change the person that I am today or yesterday, me running. Some people run for their own personal political gain, and that is not me. I think it's about time that the community is elevated, and I just feel as if, like I said, I can be the one to elevate the community. I mean, there's a lot of concerns, whether it be on the north side. One of my concerns is the foot patrol, and a lot of people, me knocking on doors, express that to me as well. The foot patrol is very important, especially up on Lake Avenue. We just heard about the senseless tragedy that just happened. I just feel as if it needs to be more foot patrol and bike patrol as well. The summer is vastly approaching, and I just feel as if I don't want children to be afraid to go to Kingsley Park, to be afraid to go to the store to buy an ice cream or a pizza or just walk around in their community. I mean, I just feel as if people shouldn't be scared to come out. I mean, the summer is coming. I mean, the kids are indoors, for months with the cold weather. And in the summer, it should be where, the children are happy to be out, happy to meet people in the community, just happy to just walk around. And, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of fear. And I feel as if people shouldn't live in fear. I have family members, too, that were senselessly murdered as well. And I just want to say happy birthday to Michael Nolan. Today is his birthday. And
In heaven.
and I just feel as if it's a tragedy that his mother has to go and visit him at a gravesite. And
Yeah,
that
that's
really
sad.
touches my heart because I feel her pain. And it's like the people that have been serving, they're not going out and they're not listening to the people. And that's what makes me different. I have been out listening to the people. And people say, Tasha, we haven't heard a lot from you. We haven't. You know why? It's because I've been listening. And that's the problem that we have. People don't listen. A lot of people talk over you or just talk to hear themselves talk. But that's not the case with me. I mean, I go out, I listen. When I'm knocking on doors, I'm taking notes. I'm listening. I mean, I have a north side and a south side, and it's like they both have kind of the same issues, but different. They both have quality of life issues. They both have issues with violence. So it's basically, I feel as if I can broaden that horizon. I can bridge that gap. You know, I can be the people's person. And for many years, the community has not had someone that is a people person. And I just feel like me jumping into the race can change that.
Couple of quick things. John, help me. John Rivera's tuned in. Joseph Nigros tuned in. Wilfred Dennis. Hector Santiago said, "Do your thing. Much respect to you,
Thank
Tasha."
you.
Shout to Ken Bright.
Go Hector.
Shout to the
Thank
Future
you, Hector.
Society and everybody who's tuned in.
John.
Everybody who missed the first interview, it will be on blackwestchester.com. Our first interview is with New Rochelle candidate Yadira Ramos Herbert, but we were having a problem with the streaming, so we had to start it over. But her interview I do have on video and will be on Black Westchester this week, so you can see her interview that from earlier. And then we just had Maxine and Campbell, the author of the book we just talked about. I forgot the name of it that quick. Confessions of a Broken Heart. And now we have Yonkers candidate for the 3rd District for City Council, Tasha Diaz. Welcome everybody who's just tuning in for the first time. This is the People Before Politics radio show. Lorraine?
Yeah. I have a question. Jadira was here. He just spoke about. It was a candidate for the 3rd District in New Rochelle, and she was talking about how she worked in the community, how she worked in how she came. She was working in the neighborhood, and she turned around and she saw that there was parks in the district that were not similar to the parks on the other side of town, and there was a lot of quality of life issues, and certain things, like structural things and housing, and like there was a lot of buildings there, but there no backyard, so they needed park space and everything. And she kind of was like a community organizer, sort of, and which evolved her into running for city council. Mm-hmm. I know that you've done a lot of the similar things, Tasha. Yes. What are some of the things, other than the food program, that you've done for the people of the city of Yonkers that have evolved you into the person you are today and the person that wants to run for city council?
Well, one of the things that I have done is starting tenants associations throughout the neighborhood, letting people know what their rights are, engaging with them. I've helped people stop evictions. I have went with people and helped them get emotional support pets. My door is always open. Anybody, not just in my building, but throughout the neighborhood that knows me, they know my door is always open. They always come up and talk to me, whether it be the younger children, the teenagers, or sometimes even older people, because not everybody knows their rights. And I just feel as me running for office and my knowledge about tenants associations and forming and people's rights, that I could also use that on the flip side and help the homeowners and advocate for them as well, with the high taxes, the high water rates in Yonkers. I want people to be able to be like myself and my family, come to Yonkers, make a home in Yonkers, and be able to stay in Yonkers, not be priced out like I'm seeing a lot of people. And knocking on doors, a lot of people are telling me, the water rates are sky high. We can't really afford to stay here. We love Yonkers, but we can't really afford to stay here. And these are the people that I'm saying, hold on. Just hold on tight. I hear your pain. I'm here for you. I'll be the one to bring it back to City Hall and sit down and see how we can work together so these people's people are not priced out of their homes.
That seems to be going on a lot. Gentrification. They come in and they rebuild, and the people who live there can't no longer afford to live there. I mean, they did it in Harlem and parts of Brooklyn and parts of the Bronx and you know,
Yonkers waterfront.
Yeah, well, Yonkers waterfront. So definitely. So what would you say some of the challenges? You're District 3. So first off, what is District 3 for all of us that don't live in Yonkers? What does that encompass? And what would you say are some of the concerns in District 3? And hold on. So John got joked. He said, John first said, Tasha Diaz, I can clearly say you won. So when are we going to party? And then said, you all help me to, especially when I'm feeling down and when I'm having problems. Tasha for 3rd District and A.J. Woodson for POTUS. No, that's not going to happen. But
Why, thank you.
President of Black Westchester. That's as far as we're going. But yeah, so what is the 3rd District and what is some of the
wait.
issues?
Happy birthday, John. Today's John's birthday. Happy birthday, John
happy
Rivera.
Happy birthday, John. I put it
Happy
on your
birthday.
Facebook, but I'll give it to you here live.
Happy birthday, John. So what is the 3rd District for us that don't know, that don't live in Yonkers, and what are some of the issues that face the 3rd District that you would like to help?
Well, the 3rd District consists of the North and the South. The district is actually split.
So it goes like this, long.
And then
Around.
it's a piece out of it, and then it jumps to the north.
Okay. So what streets would I would know that that's 3rd District street? What streets that I know that would be in the 3rd District?
Morningside.
Morning. No, he
Lake.
doesn't know Morningside. Lake, Morningside, Palisade.
South Broadway.
Okay.
You've been there. A little bit of North Broadway.
Okay.
A
Some
little
of
bit of South
Riverdale.
Broadway. Riverdale.
Okay.
The upper end of Riverdale.
Okay.
So my district is very diverse and multicultural, which I love. In engaging with constituents and knocking on their doors, I've seen, quality of life issues, infrastructure is another big issue. Community centers is another issue that they're having. Schools. Our schools are crumbling, not only in the 3rd District, but throughout Yonkers. But a lot of our schools in Yonkers, in the 3rd District are crumbling. I live right down the hill from a school. It was School 19. I know everybody that has lived in Yonkers or, knows about School 19. That school has been on Jackson for years. My older sister actually attended, my uncle.
I went there 1st grade. But they're making that into affordable housing now. Not affordable housing.
Exactly.
Housing, not affordable
And
housing.
that's what scares me. Because we need to make housing affordable. And that is the problem. My building is one of the buildings that is affordable housing. Eugene Conroy is my building owner. He actually owns about 40 plus affordable housing buildings from Yonkers all the way up to Newburgh. And he's always involved in the community. A lot of the things that I provide to the community is because of Eugene Conroy. When I do the Jefferson Terrace cooking class, which I am the co-founder, my sister is the founder, I'm the co-founder. And when we do that, he supplies everything. When I do things in the community, he supplies everything. And I don't just leave it to my building. I open it up to the community because it's not fair. That the children have nothing to do or nowhere to go. And I just feel as if we need a wake-up call because there's a lot of talent in Yonkers and it's not being seen.
And there's a lot of things that you do, Tasha. For example, you did a prom dress giveaway. You did turkey drive giveaway.
Yes.
You do your food distribution. I attended the Christmas party you have for the children in the community where you gave 300 plus toys out free. Plus you had refreshments and pictures with Santa Claus and a whole bunch of other things. What are some of the things you're looking forward to doing as a city councilwoman?
Well, I would love to bring those activities that I'm just doing in the community to the entire district. That's what I would love to do. I want to implement everything that I've been doing.
The services.
Yes. Everything, whether it be the cooking class, whether it be the movie night, whether it be, and another thing that I was looking into was the apprenticeship jobs.
There you go.
You know, I graduated from Saunders Trade and Technical High School, as is my sister did in 2007. My daughter graduated in 2017, and my son will be graduating this year. So we all have had the luxury of having a trade while leaving high school. And I think we need to bring in more schools like that. And also, along the trail, I've met a guy by the name of Mr. Reynolds, and he's willing to help me start this apprenticeship program in the neighborhood, so that way any and everybody can come out.
Would you be
and be a
working with?
part.
I'm sorry. Would you be working with the unions?
I mean, I would love to work with the unions. They had a program called the apprenticeship. A pathway to apprenticeship. That it started. It was very successful. There were a couple of people from Yonkers, that worked there, and they're still actually working with that actual union. And speaking to them, I would love to work with them because they want to bring this program back. Because they said the people that they got through this program were excellent people. They were excellent workers. And these were people that were willing to learn, that never had a skill in this expertise. But these people opened up the doors and let them in. And it has changed their lives. They're still working for the union today as we speak. And that's what I want to bring into Yonkers. I want to bring in prosperity, longevity. I'm all for local building local economy, as long as it's sustainable. And that is the number one thing. It has to be sustainable. It has to be, the people that live in Yonkers should be the ones that should
first go. Yeah.
Yes, they should have first choice, whether it be to work on them, on the buildings, whether it be to occupy a certain amount of apartments in those buildings. And I will advocate for that, because we want Yonkers people to stay. We don't want the people that come from the city to come in and get the cheaper rent and jump on the Metro North and go and spend their money in the city. If you live in Yonkers, I believe you should be in Yonkers, and you should be supporting our small businesses and to keep Yonkers thriving.
Yeah, that.
We have a question from John Rivera. He said, when you are in office, can you please, all capital letters, please address the mental health issue, especially the long waiting list?
Yes, I will. Mental illness is running rampant throughout Yonkers.
Yes, it is.
And a lot of people turn a blind eye to it. I see it. I address it as much as I can. I give out the proper pamphlets or lead them to the proper peoples or agencies or wherever they need to be, to give them that little peace of mind to say that somebody cares. Because that's all it takes, is for someone to care. If you're out here and you feel as if no one cares about you, some people feel like, why? Why should I care if they don't care? And I don't discriminate against anyone. You could be homeless. You could be anyone on the street. I wasn't raised like that. I'm not God. I don't judge people. I'm just here to help people.
He also, same person asked the question, can you please address the homeless issue? It's a lot of veteran homeless, and I feel sad because they fought for our freedom.
Yes. And that's one of the things I would like to address as well. Working with Ms. Baker and Dennis Henready. Dennis Henready is stationed in Mount Vernon, but he's a big housing advocate. He has taught me a lot that I know.
What's his name?
Dennis Henready.
Oh, from what's the name of his organization?
I got it on the tip of my tongue, but
You're gonna
Yeah,
be contacting the county to work with all these, right?
Yes.
Because
He
a
helps
lot of
people-
it falls on the county.
Right, he helps people that can't pay their rent or something, or
Yes,
his
he helps
organization.
with
Yeah,
many of things, whether it be with HUD,
Right.
whether it be with evictions, whether it be keeping a cap on the rent stabilization, advocating for people. Between him and Miss Deborah Baker, they have taught me a lot that I've known in housing, on top of what I've already known and growing up in housing. So I feel like between that expertise and I can transfer that over to homeowners as well, because homeowners, they need someone to advocate for them.
Mount Vernon United Tenants. That's what.
Yes,
That's
Dennis and Reddy.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now. Is that how you pronounce? I've never pronounced this man's name.
Reddy. Dennis and Reddy.
Because I said hand ratty.
No,
'Cause
it's
that's what it
Henratty.
looks like. HANRATTY. Hand ratty.
Yes.
Okay, so I've been pronouncing your name Dennis wrong for
Years.
5 years now. 4 years now. Yeah. But I know he's helped a lot of people that
Yes.
I know personally.
He's an awesome person. And what people don't know is that when I formed these tenants associations, I formed mine and I helped the neighboring buildings. And then from there, we formed our own board. And that's when we brought in Dennis Henretty. So when I went out and formed the boards in the neighborhood, we all come together, each person from each board, whether it be the president, the VP, or the executive vice president, we all get together and we meet with Legal Services of the Hudson Valley and Dennis Henretty, and we tackle the issues that are brought before us. And right now, one of the issues that we are tackling is one of the buildings, 7383, they're losing their Section 8 HUD vouchers this June.
Status, really?
Yes. And the building never notified them. We found out.
And how many people live in the building? How many apartments?
It's 100 plus units.
Wow.
We found out about it. Myself, Miss Baker, Mo Better Perry, and the lawyers from the Hudson Valley. We've all come together, and we're tackling this right now because we want to make sure these people are not displaced. So not only am I out running and campaigning, I'm also still attending the meetings that I have started to help these people because I don't want to leave them without. This could be potentially 100 plus people out on the street, and that will not happen on my watch. So what we've been doing is we've been going out. We've had meetings at the Power Lab. We've had the tenants come out and voice their concerns. We have drafted letters to certain agents, to different agencies, shall I say, and the lawyers of the Hudson Valley, Marcy Kobach, she's been awesome. She's been one of our biggest supporters. She comes to every meeting. And doing our research, we found out that, well, we knew that they were not supposed to, that they were supposed to let the tenants know that their voucher would be up in June. And they didn't do that. So now people are worried if they're going to be put out of their apartments or if they will have a place to stay. And we have reassured them that they will not be evicted due to the fact that there is a state law that states that if they did not let the tenants know that the voucher is up, and you have to let them know a year in advance, that the tenants can stay put. So our goal now is to see if they are going to reinstate the vouchers or if the tenants are able to get vouchers if they want to pick up and leave. So that's where we are right now. The last meeting that we had was last week. It was a very productive meeting. We actually did 2 meetings in one day. We were there from 4 in the afternoon until 8 at night. And we came up with a lot of solutions. And we made people feel at ease to let them know come June, you know, you won't be put out of your apartment.
So, real quick, a couple of quick shout Mo Better is tuned in.
Yes, Mo.
Pepsi Martinez.
What's
is
up,
tuned
Cuzzy?
in.
Hello, Pepsi.
Hope
How
your
are you?
dog is feeling better, honey.
There were a few other people. Maxine Campbell that was just here. She's tuned in. Shout out to her and Alita Johnson, and I think that's all the names that I missed from the last time. If anybody who's just tuning in, you are listening to People Before Politics, Black Westchester Radio. We're on every Sunday, 6 to 8 on InTheMixRadio.com, giving you that real talk for the community. Right now we are talking with Yonkers City Council candidate Tasha Diaz, running for City Council in the 3rd District. Yo, you know what I see? So, I see there's a lot of times people, I cover a lot of elections, and I know a lot of the candidates personally throughout the county. And I see a lot of times people talk about what they do. People, they want to do like a photo ops, like to make it look like they're doing, they get credit for stuff they didn't do. But now, not even just because you're a co-host and that Lorraine supports you as a candidate, but I watched you, and you are. I've said this about Brenda that comes on our show. When she had lost she was a school board trustee, and she's no longer, and she does more work than the trustees that are trustees now.
You know what
I'm saying? People that do things without a title, those are the people that I that's the things I watch. People without a title,
You need community
that do
people.
things for the community.
Yeah.
And you do the food stuff. You do all the things Lorraine named. You, quick disclosure, you actually distribute Black Westchester to everybody in Yonkers. You cover Yonkers. If you've seen the Black Westchester in Yonkers, it's because of Tasha.
Tasha.
But you got so much going on, and your family and everything else, and you
Yes, I'm a wife,
you never,
mother,
yes, and
foster parent.
and you still, have time for everybody. Like, you still take care of what needs to be taken care of, and those things that just from a personal observation, that impresses me about you. So
You know what
Thank
else
you.
impresses me? Because we've had candidates come in here and they say, "Oh, I belong to this board. I belong to this board. I belong to this board." They belong to a host of boards and they don't do absolutely nothing with it. You don't say, "I belong to a board." You come and you say, "You know what? I've actually developed the
Created,
board.
yes.
I created something.
Yes.
I saw a problem and I created it instead of sitting on the board and just for name only to put on
Yes.
a list."
And a lot of people do that, thinking that if I join this board, I'm going to be effective. And and knocking on doors, I always tell the constituents, you want someone that you can actually see, someone that has a proven track record, someone that can actually be effective. If the person is not effective now and they're not in office, 9 times out of 10, when they get into office, they're not going to be effective then. Those are the people that you don't want.
Right,
Those are the
there's-
ones that are there for the photo ops, like AJ said.
Yes.
And I brought that up because we're not going to trash other elected officials.
Never.
But there was someone who got a lot of credit for stuff that I ended up finding out it wasn't them, it was Tasha that was doing it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Even though Tasha was never in the pictures and Tasha never bragged about it, and the other person was, taking picture ops and all these other I found out it was you. And that was one of the first things I noticed, and I was like, wow,
And I
John-
still stayed humble. I never attacked because action speaks louder than words.
Right.
And I'm speaking now. What is that person doing? Nothing. So, that says a lot right there.
Absolutely. Tasha Diaz talks the talk and walks the walk. Not many people that are in office have done that. That's why I said she won.
Thank you.
John also said, this is John Rivera, he also said, have a lot of issues that are not being addressed. I will message you a list, Tasha Diaz.
Why
because-
don't you wait till she gets into office first,
it.
buddy?
Look, I'm ready to
'cause
work
as
now.
many times the community complains, it falls on deaf ears.
Yes, and I'm ready to work now.
And
And
John,
I
you
tell
can work on
people-
her campaign.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Volunteers are always welcome.
So saying that, for anybody listening, anybody who's going to see this afterwards, they like what they hear, they want to know more about you, they want to make a donation, they want to volunteer or whatever. How do people get in touch with you? Social media, website, all that good stuff.
Well, my social media, you can go on Instagram, Tasha, the number 4, Yonkers. Also, you can go on my Facebook, whether it be my personal Facebook or my campaign Facebook. I have them both linked. Tasha Diaz for Yonkers. And or you can also go on TashaDiaz.com. If you would like to send in a donation, we're accepting donations at the address is 108 Jefferson Terrace, Yonkers, New York, 10701, apartment 2H, as in Harry.
And it's Friends of Tasha Diaz.
Yes, and my campaign name is Friends of Tasha Diaz.
John Rivera answered you, Lorraine, and said, "Okay, sign me up."
Yeah.
Why, thank you, John.
She'll talk to you. She'll talk to you after the show, John.
Yes, yes. As we know, the days are counting down.
Yes. Yeah. Oh
And
my
I-
God. How are you feeling about
So
that?
I'm feeling good.
we're at 30 or 29 days or something like that.
Du-du-du.
It's 29 because today's the 26th. So yeah, yesterday would have been 30 or 31 because there's a 30. Yeah, I think 30. Today's 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are counting down.
Holy cow.
So you have.
That's 4 weeks.
I've covered a few events. I know that you were endorsed by a host of people, including the Westchester Latino.
Westchester Hispanic Law Enforcement Association.
Westchester Hispanic Law Enforcement. Yeah, there you go. That's the one.
Blacks in Law Enforcement.
Blacks in Law Enforcement, and there were others. Who else?
Willie Colon,
Okay.
Grammy Award winner. Willie Colon.
The salsa legend himself.
Yes, he actually came down and personally endorsed me. That meant a lot to me. Walea. I want to thank Louis Molina. Also Hector. They've been like one of my biggest supporters. The Mexican Chamber of Commerce.
Also endorsed her, yeah.
Yes, I love them to death. They've been one of my biggest supporters. Blacks in Law Enforcement.
The Hispanic
Federation
Chamber
yeah.
Fe-
Of Commerce.
Federation Chamber of Commerce or
Yes.
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you also got the support of the city council president Mike Cater as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, he did say.
Yes,
He
Mike
looked-
Cater has
he-
come out. He's been a big supporter. Amir Rabadi
Okay.
is my doctor.
Okay.
And the Rabadis are a really, really huge professional family in Yonkers. It's
So I
like
just-
when you say Rabadi, everyone knows
So
who
I
you're
met
talking
him.
about.
Is that the one I met at your last function? One of them that took.
Yes.
Okay.
He's my doctor, so I at all my functions, I have to have him there.
Just in case.
It's my blood pressure and everything, Bring your body to Rabadi.
That's a good commercial. That's a good commercial. Anything I didn't ask you that you want people to know about you?
I just want people to know that what you see is real. I'm
It's
not an
authentic.
actor. Yes, I'm not an actor. I'm very authentic. What you see is what you get. I will tell you the truth, as much as it may hurt you. But if I tell you the truth, you will respect me more. And I'm not here promising anything because I don't do promises. I'm very effective. Whatever I say, I stand by. I will make sure my mission is accomplished, and that mission being helping the people, not only of the 3rd district. I want to work with all of the council people. I want to work in unison, so that way we can bring some unity into the community. Yonkers could be a little bit more tight-knit if we're not divided. And I just feel as if, my district being so multicultural and diverse, we could all get together. And strength is in numbers. And I feel as if if we are able to come together, we can get a lot more done. And I just hope everyone goes out June 25th and votes Tasha Diaz,
What line?
11A.
Very good.
And I brought my card with me. If anyone has not seen, it says, "I am here for you, Yonkers.
Very good.
I am here for you. Not for me, for you." And I want people to send all of their concerns, issues, anything you have that you need to be put in the forefront that has fallen on deaf ears. Please bring it forth to me, because I will make sure that your voice is heard.
Shout out to Donna Nolan who just tuned in. She's like, "Oh my God, I thought you guys were already off." So she caught the
Hello,
end of the
Donna.
show. Shanice Coleman tuned in.
She said hi to you, by the way. She said hi, Tasha.
Yes. Hello, Donna. How are you?
We wished your son that she wished your son a happy birthday in
Yes.
heaven today, and our condolences. We're sending you prayers, love, and light, Donna. You know we love you.
Yes, that was one of the first things we did.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Lorraine, any last questions for our candidate here?
Yeah, I have a question. School system.
Yes.
The budget is constantly a problem when with threats of layoff. Now we have I think 80 something positions that are it's either 100 something or 80 something positions that the superintendent said are going to be laid off, I guess, no longer have a job. And every year we go through the same thing, what are some of the things that you think I know everyone has tried, but do you have any?
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
Is this something new you're talking about? Because I know when the budget they were talking about that.
No,
Is there
this
still
is
a threat now?
It just came out just the other day. Yeah.
Okay, because there
They
was
said-
supposed to be no danger after the budget went through.
Nope.
So that was
nope.
being-
It's gonna happen.
Okay, anything with fire or
Not
police?
that I know of. It
just
was
just the teachers.
It was just the teachers.
Okay, I need to talk to somebody about that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You finish it?
Yeah. Well, one of the things, like I know that you are not going to go in there, and it would be unrealistic to. And I hate when people ask, what are you going to do to solve the problem? You can't solve the problem by yourself. But what are some of the ideas? What are some of the things that you can think of that can probably help move it along a little bit?
Well, first and foremost, we know our children get shortchanged because the children in Buffalo actually get double what we get for one child.
Yeah,
okay,
we know
so
that.
right there is an issue. Okay, so we need to fight for more funding with that and say, why are our children not as precious as the children in
Is
Buffalo?
Buffalo twice as big as Yonkers? Or
No,
They get-
Buffalo is the fourth largest in the state. I mean, Yonkers is the fourth largest in the state. It's Brooklyn, Queens.
But they get more per child than Yonkers.
Yeah.
They get more per child.
Oh, we know that. But what are some of the things you're gonna bring in to make an effective change, or what are some of the things you some of the ideas that you might have that'll help it move along?
Well, I feel that we need to go and sit down and do a line by line and see where the overage is, whether it be creating jobs that we cannot pay these people for, or whether it be, looking at overtime. I mean, if overtime is not needed, that should be something that we should look in to try to cut out. Or we have people that have no-show jobs in Yonkers
That's true.
that come and sit. That $40,000 that this person in particular.
wait, you got no-show jobs in Yonkers?
Oh yeah, that's everywhere.
Oh,
we
I
have
thought
to
that
get
was
rid
just a
of
Mount
those.
Vernon thing.
No.
If we get rid of those, that $40,000 that we're paying, to that one person, that could be books. That can be a salary for a teacher.
Yes.
That can be a bus monitor. That can be a crossing guard. That can extend to a lot of things. So I feel as if we go in and we do a line by line and cut out the
Line
overage.
by line on the Yonkers budget you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
If we go in and we do a line by line on the budget and cut out some of this unnecessary spending, I think between that and fighting and saying, why are our children getting less than a child in Buffalo? Does it, are they better than our children? Why are our children underserved? And I feel like if we start by doing that, I mean, a lot of people might not be happy.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Because the
It's
friends and
time for
family-
change. Change
It
is
is.
coming. It's time for change.
It is. I mean, a lot of people won't be happy, but we'll start cutting into the deficit. And I just think that that's a start.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so Buffalo, just so I know now from my own personal, Buffalo is the second largest. Yonkers is the fourth largest.
Okay.
So is it much big? Their population is 258. So they're not too much bigger than
No, it's not. We're 215 now, and wait till the census comes out. Well, we are
this is-
technically 195.
Right, as of 2017, they were as of 2017, 258 and 600 and some change. So they still not another 50,000 more than y'all. So it's not that much of a big city.
But we have crumbling schools. We
No,
should
you
have
do.
state of
Well,
the
you
art.
have 3 schools that are being built. One of them is going to be in your
In my
district.
district,
Yes. And can you make sure, please,
Oh, wow.
that they give it a name?
that it's plausible, a name, that fits the
commute
district, a name.
Thank you. You know what I'm
what we
talking
should
about.
do? Why don't when they name these things? Why don't they let the community have a voice in this?
Well, they're doing it with the parks now lately.
Well, with the schools, I think that should also be.
Yeah.
They need to get the community more involved because they're saying.
I
why
don't
should we
need
be
another
involved? We don't
O'Rourke
have any
school. I
choices.
don't need another. God, I love you, Martinelli's. Another. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You gotta do your thing when you get in there.
Yes, I think we should leave some of these. Let the public get involved,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things. They're being shut out of a lot of things.
So I was looking at some people were just tuning in. One of your opponents had just tuned in and tuned out.
That's the way it is. They're always in and out, in and out. At least Tasha stays wherever she goes.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I ain't saying for that reason. I was gonna acknowledge the person's presence, but they tuned out, so I'm not gonna say their name.
No need to.
But yeah. Anything else you want the people to know? Any last words? Anything I didn't ask you?
Come out June 25th and vote for the people's person, which is Tasha Diaz. If you want implemented effective change, vote Tasha Diaz. 11A. Just go in and bubble in 11A.
That's what's up. That's what's
For
up.
long-lasting and significant changes in the
Yes.
community, right?
Yes, I'm here for longevity.
There you go.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Lorraine, anything you wanted to talk about? Anything you want to address?
I'm not allowed to.
You're not allowed. You
I
can't-
just
you
want to
can-
say, I
you
want to
can
wish you
now.
the best. I can what?
If her interview's over, you can now.
Oh, okay. The interview's over. I have to do a disclaimer. Tasha is my niece. I am supporting her. I would like everybody that's watching to please come out and vote for her. Am I allowed to say that, AJ?
You just said it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Being a former council person myself and coming from the same area, Southwest area, as Tasha is, I know that she's got what it takes. I know that and not only because I know her, not only because I've seen it in action, but she got what it takes to make a change in her community, to bring forth a lot of positive changes and a lot of goodwill for the people. So I just ask that, like I said, please don't look at how many boards a person belongs to, because they ain't doing nothing but sitting there. If they do go to the boards, think about persons that have created the boards. There's a difference. There's a big difference. And I just want to wish you good luck. And if I lived in the district, I would certainly be voting for you. But I have friends in there that I'll be calling on, and family members that we have in common that if you let me, I'm just gonna big up her in a long way. So
I just want to say, on the show we can't tell you who to vote for.
no, we can't.
But I mean, one of the things that you should look, one of the criteria should be, there are people, this time of year you're gonna see a lot of people come to your church. You're gonna see a lot of people come down to shake your hands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then if they win, you don't see them again until they run in again. If they don't win, you don't see them no more. Sometimes you want to look for people. What I look for, I can speak what I look for. I look for people that I see in the community that move without titles, and those are the type of people
That's what I'm
that I want to. Those are the people. Those are the type of people that I want to. I want to support people who move without titles that do it. It's not it's for a purpose and not a position. They're running for purpose. You know what I'm saying? And those are the kind of qualities.
And you want
that I look
somebody
for.
honest.
Yes.
Yeah, no, those are the kind of qualities that I look for. So, like I said, those are the things that I advise people to look at with all the candidates and all the races and all the municipalities in Westchester and all the places that can hear my voice after this. People that are actually doing things in the community. Like I said, if people go to your church once or twice around election time, if they never sat with your congregation any other time other than election time, then they only came because they're running for office.
Exactly.
It's just like I like certain people that I've seen people that have lost, and they still kept coming to the church. That actually helped them win the next election too.
Yes.
But one of the things, this one female candidate, it was a few pastors. The one thing they liked is that even though she had lost, she continued coming. Like, she didn't come every week, but she's once a month or whatever, she would stop it, and not to speak or not just to fellowship and be in the, that's what you look for. People that come, they're not coming to get on the mic. They come to fellowship. When they come to have church with you, you know what I'm saying? They come to fellowship with you. Sometimes, if you only see them around election time, people always make promises around this time. Oh yeah, I got you. Anybody who knows me knows who I'm talking about. I got you. You can't got everybody. If Bob was here, he would be laughing. If David was here, he would be laughing. But those are the things we look for. So hopefully these shows, again, Yadira, her interview will be up on the website.
It was a pleasure meeting her today.
Actually,
what a breath of fresh air. She's just like Tasha, breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna make sure her video is up this week, and I'm gonna blast it out so everybody can see it because, like I said, we had some technical difficulties, so it's not part of this video right here. We had to reset the system after she left, so that the rest of the show could be on. Also, everybody knows the May issue is out with John Singleton on the cover. The finishing up the June issue now. This is the last week. I say the last week. Again, this is the last week to get your ads in. So any candidates that want to be in the last issue before the primary, this is the time to hit me or have your people hit me over the next couple of days. I do still have a few pages left, but I wouldn't wait till the last minute because I actually got one candidate actually hit me on the way to the show to make sure that page 3 was available so that she could have it. So, and I was actually texting them throughout the show. So yeah, so there's a few more pages left. So come get those last pages. The paper will be out next Friday, Friday the 7th. Is that next week? It's not this Friday. Today is the this Friday is the 31st. It's the 7th. So a week from this Friday coming up, the paper will be out. So this is your last week to advertise. Lorraine, so
Yes, sir.
what's been going on other than you support Tasha? What else is going on in your life? I think we got that part.
I had a wonderful evening today.
Okay, that works. Okay.
Let's see, spend some time with my grandchildren. I don't know. Everything's looking up in my world. Everything's good.
That's what's
Everything's
up.
good.
That's what's up. The beautiful thing about being a grandparent, and I'm not a grandparent, and I'm not rushing to be one. My daughter she's working on a career and has no, intention of having any kids anytime soon. But you can't wait till the last minute. But anyway, the beautiful thing of being an uncle, a grandparent, you can spoil them and love them, and then take them home.
And then you take him home. Oh my God, you get to take him home. Yes, AJ.
That's the
Oh,
beautiful
God.
thing. That's the beautiful thing of being the uncle, the uncle, aunt, the cousin, the big cousin, the grandparent.
You know what? Another shout out to Donna Nolan. She wrote down "Proud Army Mom." Her son, thank you for serving.
Yes.
Thank you for serving.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, her son just recently went into the Army Reserve, and we're very proud of him. Very proud of him. And she's got enough to worry about, and she's very proud. And she's also a good grandma too.
Yes.
Yeah,
To Princess
she's a good-
Riley.
Oh, look at that! You even know, see, she
Princess
knows. She
Riley.
even knows the little ones' names.
Yo, okay, so you know, I'm gonna just so
You know
when
what?
Mother's Day is coming up,
Yeah.
you hear about it for a month, commercials, everything. June 16th is Father's Day. I'm letting y'all know ahead of time. Go make sure you don't forget about your father. Those whose fathers are there and are taking care of them. And that includes all the men that are taking care of somebody else's kids.
But let me tell you
You know what I'm
something.
saying? So
But these men that say, "Oh, I don't celebrate Mother's Day," should not expect anything for Father's Day either.
well, I don't
Let it
I
be
don't-
known.
I don't know too many of them. I don't know those men.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I just want to make an announcement because that's Father's Day the time. Mother's Day you need to make reservation 3 months in advance. Father's Day you can actually go up in any restaurant and you don't even need a
For
reservation.
Father's Day, you look for a cigar, a tie,
You just walk in. You can walk in any restaurant. You don't even need a
and
reservation.
cologne.
Yeah.
Cigar, tie, and colognes.
So 3 weeks from today is Father's Day. So
Yes,
in
I will
3 or
never
4
forget
weeks.
Father's Day.
Huh?
What
I could
day
never
is that?
The
forget Father's
16th.
Day.
The 16th.
The 16th. And I know we will have Team Wallace will be on that day. Will be.
Oh, okay. Hey,
so-
I get to. Do I get to? I can't wear my Team Wallace T-shirt that day, right? I'm just asking. I want to know what the rules are.
You can wear the shirt. You're not on this campaign, so you're not on this campaign or anything.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. But real quick, so just to remind everybody to run down. So next week we are going to have David Peters running for New Rochelle Council. I think he's running against Yadira. That's the one. We might be having Kate Bresler, White Plains Council. I know that she's fighting to stay on the ballot. If she's on the ballot, we're definitely going to have her next week.
Oh, really?
Ernie Davis will be here. He is not on the ballot, but he will be in the House. I think he's still
Ernie.
fighting. That is the second. On the 9th, we have Karen Beltran, who's running for mayor in Yonkers.
To the Yonkers.
We have Judge Tawil, Tawil, who's running for county court judge. And we have former Mount Vernon Police Commissioner and former Westchester Department of Corrections Commissioner Clyde Isley, who is running for mayor. That's all on the 9th. The 16th, Father's Day, is Team Wallace. Andre Wallace running for mayor of Mount Vernon. Joyce Brown and Danielle Scholar running on his ticket with him as for city council. So all three of them will be on the 16th. And on the 23rd, I'm putting it out there now. While I haven't locked it in, what I'm trying to do is we were going to do a Mount Vernon mayoral candidate forum, but one or two of the candidates pulled out the last minute. I'm not dealing with all that. So what I wanted to do is I'm trying to reach out to other radio personalities and reporters, and we're just going to have like a pre-primary show. And I've reached out to Bob Marone from VOX. He may be here. I've reached out to one or two other people.
Blue, red dot.
Yeah,
Blue dot.
yes,
Charles Stern.
Yeah, red, blue talk. Charles Stern will be here. I'm probably
Sorry,
going
Charles.
to reach out to Hezzy. Me and him did something similar on WFAS when they were still
You
doing
should bring
talk.
Hezzy.
We did something. We did on Bob Marone. We did a special 2014 midterm election special show. So I might bring Hezzy and one or two other local either radio personalities or writer or reporters. And we're going to discuss all the elections in the county. With that said, we're coming to the close of the end of the show. So, any last words, Lorraine?
Like I said, please, everyone, take a moment tomorrow and remember that it's cookout. You're going to have a cookout. You're going to be a day at the beach. But remember those that fought that made it all possible. And just, take time to have a moment of silence before you eat your ribs and corn on the cob, please.
Sounds good.
Tasha, any last words?
Like I said, I just want to say thank you for all of our soldiers, for your service. And also, June 25th,
Yes, sir.
come out and vote. Tasha Diaz, the people's candidate.
That's what's up. That's
Who
what's
puts
up.
people before politics.
Aha.
Yes.
That's what's
June
up.
25th.
And
Yes, sir.
I just want to say
Come out and
one
vote.
more time.
Tasha Diaz,
Tomorrow, as
the people's
the lady said,
candidate.
tomorrow is Memorial Day. On Memorial Day,
Who puts
we
people
remember and pay
before
tribute
politics.
and show deep gratitude
that's
for
what's
the,
up.
for the
Yes,
ultimate
sir.
sacrifice. One more
That's
time.
it.
Tomorrow, for the ultimate sacrifice made by our fallen heroes in defense of our country and our values.
Who puts
And we
people
honor and pay
before
tribute to our
politics.
family and show deep gratitude. So remember those who have fought for but made that sacrifice, who died, who paid that ultimate price to keep this country safe. And we honor and pay tribute to our family. Let's honor them. So remember anybody who has a family member, we honor you. But made that sacrifice, who died, your family member. Paid that ultimate price. With that said, you compete to win anything else, but you decided to ride with us, and we greatly appreciate it. This is Black Westchester. .com presents the People Before Politics radio show. We're on every Sunday 6 to 8 on InTheMixRadio.com, giving you that real talk for the community. Greatly since 2014 is thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Until next week, peace.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. And are not afraid to say it. And are not afraid to say it.